So my traders, I'm back with another video, and this is another episode of the OnlyTraders podcast, where we only discuss things that have to do with day trading and the financial markets. And if you caught the live stream, which only has 5 views, so definitely the views need to go up, because at this point I'm showing you guys the authentic truth of what it actually means to be a trader from someone who's got about almost 2 years experience on the market. And of course, man, I'll tell you straight up that before I started and at my current situation right now, I had completely different expectations for how things were going to turn out. And if you watch this video, maybe I'm going to save you a lot of heartbreak and a lot of disappointment. Because for me, I also had to experience it, but luckily I found enjoyment in actually plotting out technical analysis, in executing trades, and in getting the win. My dopamine was triggered and I enjoyed the feeling. For me, it's like scoring a goal in football or getting a touchdown in football. So because of that, I chose to stick to it. I chose to continue on my path. At the same time, I also saw the financial potential that it could have as you develop your skills. But for me to start, my motivation to start was definitely different, because I had different expectations of what was going to happen in the markets, of the returns that I was going to get, and the amount of time that was actually going to take to get those returns. So before I even started trading, did my research, and then of course you run into YouTube and you run into all the people who are selling you a lifestyle as opposed to actually selling you any valuable knowledge. I don't want to use other terms to describe them, but I'll say that they're people who are selling you a lifestyle as opposed to actually giving you valuable information that's going to make your process of becoming a day trader much easier. So for me, guys, I'll tell you straight up, all of the people in the beginning that I used to look at were all marketing the lifestyle. And I won't say that that was the motivation for me. The motivation for me was to start my own business. And I didn't have a lot of capital, so I thought to myself, what are the different endeavors that I can get into to start my own business? And I discovered trading, and I thought, why not trade? Because it's the easiest way to start a business, for the fact that you can start a business without actually having a product. So you can start a business, put your trading account under your business, and like that you have a fully functioning business, not selling any products. All the profits, all the losses are literally on you and not on outside things in your environment, such as getting sales, getting customers, etc., etc. So that was the motivation for me to start trading, was the fact that I was going to be able, or I am able, to start my own business and immediately start generating funds without the help of the outside world, but literally just based off my skill set and my knowledge. So that's the motivation to start trading. But as time went on and you start doing your research, start trying to find out what actually is trading, what does it mean, what's going on, what markets are there, that's when you go onto YouTube and you start running into the lifestyle traders. I'll call them lifestyle traders because they sell you a lifestyle as opposed to selling you valuable information. Of course, they have their courses and they have their different means of teaching people how to trade, but at the end of the day, that's not their motivation. Their motivation is to market your lifestyle so that you can buy their courses and continue to fund that lifestyle that they have. But to actually say that these guys are actively trading, it's a question mark. It's a question mark, to be honest, because the results that they give you And just the terminology that they use on their YouTube titles give you very unrealistic expectations. For example, you will see someone saying to you they're going to take a $10 account to 10,000, which is almost impossible. But of course, to someone who does not know what forex trading is and who's just been seeing people posting the lifestyle of a trader, you're going to think it's possible. So you'll find a lot of YouTube titles where you see $50 to 10,000, $100 to 100,000, $10,000 to 1 million. All of that is bullshit and all of that is cap. I'm going to tell you now, because if you're actually sticking to the guidelines that are recommended for trading, which I recommend myself, then you're going to see that it's impossible to make that amount of return with such a little amount of capital, because literally you would have to be putting in position sizes that are almost going to blow your account with one trade. So as time went on, I discovered that, okay, this trading thing is actually going to take a lot more effort and a lot more time. Throughout that time, I start researching my courses, which course am I going to take? And I came across a lot of different opportunities to take, learn and earns, marketing, IM, all of that. But all I saw is that these guys was selling me the lifestyle, so that's why I did not invest in their course. And I ended up finding a course where I actually saw someone who was live trading on YouTube, and they seemed like they actually knew what they were doing. And I do think that they know what they're doing, unless if I'm being deceived. But that was now me officially starting to trade, starting to learn, starting to gather information, and starting to actually put the information into practice. I went and I found a course for someone who was actually spitting knowledge as opposed to showing me a lifestyle. So as time went on, I began to see that the rabbit hole is deep. It's like I'm Morpheus, and you're in the Matrix. Got the blue pill, got the red pill. You can go back to your normal life if you take the blue pill, and wake up tomorrow, you don't even remember that you traded, you don't even remember that you lost the money. But if you take the red pill, right there, I can show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. So I assume that if you continue watching this video, you have taken the red pill, and now I'm going to expose to you, just like I had been exposing before, that trading, what you expect and what you get are going to be completely different. Because you will see so many mans riding in Lamborghinis, living the fancy lifestyle, taking their accounts from $50 to 10,000, doubling their accounts in one night, all of that good stuff that's going to get your financial juices. That's going to get your financial juices wet. Because I'm telling you right now, it's all a marketing scheme to get you to get into the market. There's a reason why they say 90% or 95%, whatever it is, of traders fail. And that is because most do not last in the market. Because they start to trade, and then reality hits them that if I keep doing this, I'm going to lose money. If I keep doing it and I don't have the right information, I'm going to blow my account in one day. If I keep doing this, I'm going to have to sacrifice my time. I'm going to have to sacrifice my relationships. I'm going to have to sacrifice the lifestyle that I currently have, just to make sure that I can come out profitable. So you start to see that trading actually requires much more than you think, and that you can't turn it off. It's something that becomes a part of your life every day, because the markets are going to expose you. They're going to expose you for who you really are. All the irrationalities that you have, all the impulsiveness that you have is going to be exposed, your greed. And because of that, it's going to take a lot of deep introspection and a lot of deep work on yourself. And once you get into trading, you've automatically started the journey of self-development and self-improvement, because there's no way that you're going to become a good trader if you are not a person who has developed and improved themselves. Because the base level for every human being is that we are irrational, we are impulsive, and we're negative. That's what we use to survive. We've always been in survival mode. But now at this point in time in life, it's time to thrive and not survive. So when you get onto the charts, your survival instincts are going to work against you. You're going to be cutting trades that are winners. You're going to be letting losses run. You're going to be extending losses by pulling your stop loss back. You're going to be over-risking. You're going to be over-trading. You're going to be revenge trading. Those are all the things that you're going to start doing because of that survival instinct in you. That's how it works. It's going to work against you on the charts, and that's what they want. They know how human beings are. So they know the psychology of the market. And they know what to do to get you frustrated and to get you to think that maybe you figured it out, but you haven't. Because nobody ever figures it out. That's what you have to know. Nobody ever figures out trading, because the market changes every single day. It changes every month. It changes every year. It moves in patterns. But ultimately, those patterns are always changing. So you see, the rabbit hole is deep, guys. So all of these guys who come out telling you, let's say for example, if it's crypto, they come out telling you buy this or buy this. They do not know. Even the person who made the cryptocurrency does not know. They don't know the value of it. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. We can predict, we can try analyze, we can try do all these things, make calculations, equations, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, up until you've lived it, you don't know. So nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. And that's the first thing you have to understand. So when you come into trading, you have to trust yourself, and you have to trust the instincts that you're going to develop due to self-improvement, due to developing yourself. Because as I told you, the base level for every human being is irrational because of survival. But on the markets, you can't be in survival mode because you're trying to make money. So you have to put your emotions aside. You have to put your instincts aside and start building new ones that are actually going to help you build your capital, that are actually going to improve you as a person. And when you begin this trading journey, just know you've started self-development and self-improvement at a very high level that most people are not willing to go to, because you literally have to strip yourself down as a person and admit all your flaws, which a lot of people do not want to do. They would rather continue life as they were. They would rather take the blue pill and just wake up and forget that all of this shit happened. But I'm telling you that once you choose to become a trader, you're going to have to expose yourself in all the flaws that you have, from your mindset to your beliefs to your habits. And it's much harder than you think, because this is not something that's going to take 1 year. It's not going to take a month. It's not going to take a day. It's something that you're going to have to do for the rest of your life. And that's why most people, I told you about that 90%, that's why most people leave. Because you start to realize that it's a never-ending process. There's no destination. It's just about the journey. Along the way, there are going to be ups and downs. But if you're not willing to do the work on yourself every single day, not expecting any rewards, not expecting anyone to clap for you, then you're in the wrong industry. So I told you 90%, they leave because 90% of them come for one day. Maybe they blow the account, or maybe they get the account to 50%. And then they decide, nah man, let me pull out, I'm done. So 90% they come for one day. They come for 1 week. They come for 1 month. They might even come for 1 year. Maybe even 5. Maybe even 10. And then they call it quits and they're like, fuck man, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep sacrificing my social life. I can't keep sacrificing my other opportunities in life for this thing that's not even getting me where I want to be, even though they can see the potential in it. So you have to be a different breed. You have to be a different animal and come in with a different mindset. And I feel that it's better for you to come in with the mindset of reality. And the reality is that you're not going to get rich overnight. You're not going to get rich in 1 month. You're not going to get rich in 1 year. The reality is you might not even get rich. That's the reality. So are you willing to make that decision to start trading, knowing that you might not even make money, you might actually lose more money. You might actually lose more. But then that's what it takes to become a winner. That's what it takes to become a GOAT, to become a great. Is you have to be willing to put everything on the line for what you believe in, for what you stand for. Otherwise, man, you might as well just go look for a job. Go find a 9 to 5. And that way you know you have no stress in your life. Up until the day Uncle Sam decides, oh, there's corona. We need to lay off 30% of our staff. Then you can start stressing them. And you have no skills to back you. Nothing that's going to be able to generate income. There's a reason why we trade, why we come to the markets, man. All that time during COVID, people were not working. Traders were making money. Cryptos were going to all-time highs. People were getting rich. But they only come at that time. They show up at that time of the market when it's most bullish. But now, if you've seen my story on YouTube, you can currently see that almost every single coin is going down. But nobody's talking about it. But I'm telling you guys, you have to find one thing and stick to it. Because the same way that during that COVID period, there were a lot of people talking about crypto because it was going up. It's going to happen again. So the longer you stick with it, you'll be there for the next cycle. You'll be there for the next opportunity. And you'll be there to see it all. I know this is a trading podcast, but this is just some advice that I can give to you. Is that stop changing industries when you're not seeing any returns on your money. Stop changing industries. Stop jumping from one thing to the next to the next. Like you'll never succeed because of that. Find one thing that you like, a passion. Stick to it. Stick to one thing and milk it as much as you can. Learn everything about it. Become an expert. All you have to do is go out and see how all these athletes perform. It's the same thing with trading. Trading and being an athlete is the same thing. When those guys start out 5 years old, 6 years old, there's no guarantee that you're going to be a professional in the next 20 years' time. At the same time, you're actually paying to go learn how to play the game. So it's costing you money, and there's no guarantee at the end that you're going to become a pro. But you have to try, you have to put in the effort. And those who sacrifice the most eventually get that 100,000, 200,000 contract 20 years later, and now it's all worth it. All of that sacrifice, all of that time spent playing football without getting paid. That's why I told you guys, it has to be a passion for you. You have to get that feeling of scoring a goal when you win a trade. That way, when things get tough, when the days are bad, and the majority of them are going to be bad, you're going to stick to it. I think there's a great quote by Michael Jordan. I don't know what it is exactly, but essentially the concept behind it is that you're going to lose 1,000 times. But if you win once, all of a sudden, you're the GOAT. So things are actually in your favor, guys. It's just about your perspective. You might lose 5 finals, but if you win one, you're the GOAT. And people are going to forget that you lost 5 finals because you won that one. Because they know how hard it is to get that one. So when you come into trading, have that mindset. Know this is forever. Every single day you're going to have to keep working and improving yourself. There's no days to rest. You rest when you're dead. You rest when you're dead and you're gone, 6 feet under, can go to sleep and be like, I fulfill my potential. But if you're coming here looking for a quick lick or a way to double your money, flip an account, I'm telling you, this is the wrong place. You might as well go to Vegas and gamble all of that shit. Because I'm telling you, you're even more likely to lose a chance. I'm sure at Vegas you have a better chance. You have a better chance winning at Vegas than to do it on the markets. Because the markets, as I told you, nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. You can pay $1 million, you can pay $10 million to the best financial experts in the world and analysts. And they cannot guarantee you returns on your money that you choose to put on the exchange, that you choose to trade. They can't guarantee it. Nobody can. Elon Musk right now, he can't guarantee you shit, and he's trying to go to space. He can't guarantee you that money. No fucking ways. Because he doesn't know. Nobody knows. You see Tesla right now, Tesla's fucking going down. But it's all about the way that you approach it. Do you approach it with a plan, with a strategy? Or you're just trying to get lucky? And then you become part of the 90% that failed. Because they are failures. Hopefully I don't get into that category. I know I won't, because I want to do this for the rest of my life. But as I told you, those guys are failures. They came in, they saw things didn't go their way, they left. And they failed. Failures. Fucking failures. And that's how we're going to be talking about you if you choose to go to another industry because it got too hard. Because you came in with the wrong motivation, with the wrong expectations. We're going to call you a failure, man. Just know they'll be talking shit about you, bro. They'll be like, oh, he tried to trade, he thought he could do it. Because you deserve it. You deserve someone to talk to you like that. Coming into this industry thinking that you can just take money just like that. Whilst there are men who've put their lives, their money on the line for a better life. Not for a fancy car. Not for a big ass house. Just so they can put some food on the table. Just so they can provide for their families. So man, you have to come in with that perspective, with that mindset that, man, this shit is not a joke. You will lose money, but you're gonna lose money throughout life anyways. So would you rather lose it on dumb shit, or would you rather lose it on trying to develop yourself and trying to actually make more money? It just comes down to one thing, man. And that one thing is, are you willing to sacrifice? If you're not willing to sacrifice, I'm telling you, I hope you see this video before you decide to put money in an account. If you're not willing to sacrifice, just let it go, man. Don't do it, because I guarantee you, I told you I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I can guarantee you, you're going to lose that money. Guarantee you. Give you a week, tops. You're going to lose all that money. I don't care how much it is. Come in with 100,000. I bet you're going to put like 5 lots. Bam. You're going to just start seeing your account. Up until it gets to 50,000, you're like, I've had enough. Let me go. Or you might just be a dumb fuck. Get to 50,000 and be like, let me put it all on one trade. Try to get to 500,000 on one trade. Then bam, account blown. And then you hear people saying, I had 8, 9, 10 blown accounts, but it's because of your mentality. It's because of how you're approaching the situation. I'll tell you personally, I haven't blown an account. Not yet. Hopefully I won't, because I came in and I saw and I adapted, I adjusted to the situation, and I saw that there's no way that I'm gonna be able to turn $10 into 10,000 without making stupid risks. Stupid risks that are guaranteed to fail. Because it's always easier for price to hit your stop loss. Your stop loss is always closer than your take profit. So it's always easier for price to hit your stop loss. Just think about that. You go in with the 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. It's always easier for it to hit your stop loss before it hits your take profit. So, because of that, you have to be aware, guys. I told you, when I came into this, I decided to take it very seriously. Because I invested money, and I invested time. And I want to get my money's worth, and I want to get my time's worth. The time I'll never get back, the money I can. So when I started, from every decision that I've made, it's been made with reality in mind. Because I told you, my expectations were different as opposed to what actually happened on the markets and what I actually saw. So I even made the decision to go regulated. I use a regulated broker just to make sure that I'm not over risking. To make sure I'm not over trading. Those are the small decisions that you're going to have to make. Tiny decisions that seem insignificant, like, what the fuck does a broker mean? Does it really matter if your broker is regulated or not? It actually does. Because that's going to play with your perception. Most of these mans, they go on to unregulated brokers where they have 1 to 500 leverage, which is a very dangerous thing. But all of these things, there are warnings everywhere. And they tell you, man, trading is risky and highly volatile. You can make big gains, but you can also sustain big losses. They tell you all these things, man, so you can't blame anyone at the end of the day. You can't. The warnings are there everywhere. I think almost on every page when you're on the broker, they're showing you, hey man, warning, hey man, warning, hey man, warning. But of course, the hunger for money, greed, things that you're gonna have to work on, are ultimately the reason why 90% lose money, and they leave the market and they're done with trading. And that 90% stays consistent because there are always going to be people coming in to the market every single day. There are always going to be people. There's someone who came yesterday. They're out today. There's someone who came 2 weeks ago. They put their money there. They're out. They're gone. They've changed profession. They've gone and done something else. There's someone who came last year. They're gone. They're out. But at the end of the day, there'll be someone every day. That's how many people there are. There's going to be someone every day who's going to come in, false sense of expectations, and get smacked straight across the face by reality. And then they can decide whether this is the right path for them or not. There are many ways to riches, many roads to riches, but at the end of the day, the fundamentals for you acquiring those riches are all the same. So whether it's trading, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's becoming a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant, the fundamentals are the same. Are you willing to sacrifice for what you do and what you believe in? OnlyTraders podcast. See you guys.